friends, Jewel back with another super cool astrology video. And I wanted to talk about the opposition in synastry between Venus and Uranus. What happens when we see this very electrifying aspect? So, Venus is our love language, and it is our, the tangible physical objects that we go out and get for ourselves or create for ourselves. That end up making us feel secure. And our values, our tastes, our love language, what we find sensually pleasing or displeasing is Venus. And Uranus is really upset of the norm, suddenness and change, things that are new, things that are unknown, where we in our own character are rebellious or willing to go our own way or are just going to debunk tradition and do our own thing. And so, when we see these two in an opposition, it's not a terribly, it's definitely a hard aspect where the Venus person is going to have some reservations about the Uranus person because we can see them as somewhat destabilizing or even potentially threatening to our security or maybe what we've built for ourselves. And so the Venus person is definitely interested in the Uranus person when we see these things, you know, across the table. We see each other there from across the wheel. We definitely see each other. And it's the Venus person that is typically the one who is the more interested in the Uranus, and that kind of gets the interaction going by keying in to somebody where they are Uranian. But Venus is not sure about Uranus when we have this opposition. They're cautious because they kind of want a piece of what Uranus is about. That's attractive to them, but at the same time it kind of rattles their sense of security and potentially their self-esteem. So you have to look at other connections to see what in the synastry is really conducive for them to be getting together. Venus in aspect to Uranus in one's own natal chart is going to change things. That is going to make this opposition much easier for the Venus person to get involved in because they already understand and relate to what Uranus is about when it comes to their love nature. So it's one where, you know, the Venus person has to kind of settle down and feel out and evaluate the extent of how Uranus may upset the status quo for them. But they also have a real interest in having that happen as well. There's a little bit of a push-pull that happens with this one for the Venus person. The Uranus person is wondering what is up with the Venus person having such a problem with me and being, you know, kind of defensive and, you know, what is it about me that makes this person kind of rattled? It's because where somebody is looking for stability, the other person is not stable. And so it's attractive is also kind of not, and it's not natural for the Venus person to just jump into this like it is with the conjunction. So natural. It takes away all those barriers to our usual formalities. This one, we maintain those formalities until we've done enough of an evaluating of the Uranus person, and then we can see involvement. And it's one where you need to look to see the extent of the Uranus person's Uranus-ness. Meaning, how do they use that? Is it a big part of their life? Is it a big part of their personality? Does it take a chunk of their chart? And compare that to, is the Venus person really non-Uranian? Do they not get that? Does that not something that is appealing to them at all? That is going to make this opposition not workable because it's going to really polarize the opposition to begin with. If you have one person the Venus person that is Uranian, or that has the potential for that, or that is looking to let some of that into their life, or it goes in that direction, it really eases this opposition a lot and can make the vetting process that the Uranus person has to go through much less stringent and much shorter. So it's an attractive aspect for sure. The Uranus person is definitely seen. And when Uranus is contacted by an inner planet, that's when that part of us kind of wakes up. Uranus is generally not the one that does the starting of things, but it is more of a reactive influence in synastry. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthanaspectastrology.com. I am mainly a relationship and intimacy astrologer, but I interpret all types of charts under the sun. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Pinterest too, at Truth and Aspect Astrology. And I'll be back super soon with more super cool videos. Bye-bye.